Good morning, students. In continuation with the chapter Sectors of Indian Economy, where in my previous session I have discussed with you the contribution of three sectors, primary, secondary, tertiary, towards the GDP, and where we found that the maximum contribution we get from the tertiary sector. So today we are going to talk on the topic share of sectors in employment, where you all can see a graph showing a share of three sectors in employment. Now if you see a graph over here, the graph is showing the employment in the three sectors for the year of 1973 and 2000. And you know, a remarkable fact about India is that while there has been a change in the share of three sectors in GDP, which we have discussed in the previous session, a similar shift has not taken place in employment. Now this graph shows the share of employment in three sectors for the years 1973 and 2000, and the primary sector still continues to be the largest employer even in the year 2000. Now children, the question arises, why didn't a similar shift out for primary sector? Now it is because might be not enough jobs were created in the secondary and tertiary sectors. Even though industrial output or the production of goods went up by 8 times during the period. That means that the production in the industrial sector, it went out 8 times more than what it was 30 years before. But still the industrial sector has not created more of the employment in the industry. And you know that employment in the industry went up only by 2.5 times. And the same thing applies to tertiary sector as well. While in a tertiary sector, the production rose by 11 times, but the employment in the service sector rose less than 3 times. That means services have increased by 11 times, but in comparison with those services, the production of those services, the employment is not generated accordingly. And as a result, what happened? More than half of the workers in the country are working in the primary sector. And this is the reason why in this graph, we are able to see that though the primary sector is not able to generate more of the GDP, still it gives more employment to the people in comparison to the secondary and tertiary. Now mainly in agriculture sector is producing only a quarter of the GDP. Whereas in contrast to it, secondary and tertiary, they produced around 3/4 of the produce. Whereas they employ less than half of the people. Now children, does this mean that the workers in agriculture are not producing as much as they could? Well, the answer to this question is a flow chart, which you all can see over here, showing that if more people are there in the agriculture sector than necessary, so even if we remove a few people out, will the production be affected? The answer is no. That means if we remove few of the people from the agriculture sector, that is the primary sector, will find that the production will not be affected. This is known as underemployment or disguised unemployment, where when more people are working than required is a disguised unemployment. And you know children, this kind of unemployment, it exists in rural areas also as well as in urban areas. If we begin with the rural areas, let me explain you with an example. Now, take a case of a small farmer who might be owning around a hectare of land. Now, this hectare of land is unirrigated because this farmer is only dependent on rain for growing his crops. Let's say he is growing wheat or rice, and there are 5 members in his family, and all 5 of them are working in the same plot of a land throughout the year. Now the question arises, Why they all are working on the same piece of a land? Might be they do not have nowhere else to go to find a work for themselves. So you will see that everyone is working. No one is idle. But you know, in actual, their labor effects get divided. Each one is doing some work, but no one is fully employed. Now this is a situation of underemployment, where people, seems they all are working, but all of them are made to work less than their potential. So that is the reason if you move away few of the people from there, still the production will not affect. This is known as disguised unemployment or underemployment. Now it is not so that such kind of a situation does not exist in urban areas. In urban areas also you will find that there are number of the people who are engaged in some casual workers. They are the casual workers. They are engaged in some or the other services. The services could be on the basis of daily employment, and they can be a painter or a plumber or a repair person and so on, doing some or the other odd jobs. And you find that many of them don't even find the job every day. At the same time, we find even the people in the service sector in urban areas who are, let's say, a rickshaw puller or on the street pushing a cart or something else, where they may spend the whole day but earn very little. Now they are doing this work because they do not have better opportunities. So children, such kind of a situation where people seems to be employed but they are actually not employed, or where people are not sure whether they will get the job daily or not, or the job which they get does not give them a good amount of the money. Such kind of a situation is known as underemployment or disguised unemployment. Thank you.